Listen closely, because what I am about to say is not the noise of men, not the clamor of nations, and not the restless turning of a world intoxicated with its own illusion. This is something deeper, heavier, unavoidable. This is the sound of a seal breaking. Because John said, "I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and it was not a king who opened it, not a council, not a gathering of powerful men deciding the fate of the earth, but the Lamb, the one who was slain, the one who stood when no one else could stand, the only one worthy to touch what heaven had sealed." And when he opened it, John said, "I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder." Not a whisper, not a gentle suggestion, but something that shook the very bones of existence, something that rolled through eternity with authority, something that demanded attention whether you were ready or not. And out of that thunder came a voice saying, "Come and see." Not an invitation you could ignore, not a moment you could postpone, but a command that pulls your eyes forward and forces you to witness what is already in motion. And John said, "I saw, and behold, a white horse, and it looked right at first glance. It carried the appearance of purity, the image of righteousness, the illusion of peace, but heaven was not showing John something to comfort him. It was revealing something to warn him. Because the one sitting on that horse had a bow, a weapon in his hand, yet no arrows are mentioned. Because this kind of conquest does not begin with open war. It begins quietly, subtly, persuasively, conquering hearts before it ever conquers lands, deceiving before it destroys." And the scripture says, "A crown was given unto him," meaning this authority was permitted, this power was allowed. This was not chaos breaking loose, but prophecy unfolding, not history spiraling out of control, but divine permission moving forward step by step. And then it says, "He went forth conquering and to conquer," meaning this rider does not stop, does not hesitate, does not retreat, but advances steadily, persistently, relentlessly, taking ground not just in nations, but in minds, not just in systems, but in souls. So understand this. This is not the end of the story. This is the beginning of what must come. And the question is no longer whether the horse will ride, because it is already riding. The question is whether you will recognize it when it passes before you, or whether you will mistake conquest for peace, deception for truth.